tired or are they lazy? Let me repeat the question. Are Nigerians, I didn't say some Nigerians, I'm saying are Nigerians, are you tired or are you lazy? Now, a few years ago, the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, made a comment on one of the international stages, and he said, "Oh, these lazy Nigerian youths," and it sparked an uproar. Now, there were some who said, "Well, the president, the then president, was right." You see, a lot of Nigerians, don't want to go to school. They don't want to stay in a 9-to-5 job or start a business or be an apprentice to someone or some individuals. They learn the trade and become, adept at that trade before they, venture out and become really successful. They just want to blow. And then people said, "No, that's not true. How can you call us lazy? When we are using our generators to run our businesses, how can you call us lazy when we are running on the streets, pursuing buses at nearly 40 kilometers an hour? Have you seen a Nigerian sell his, what do you call those things? Sausage snacks on the road? You guys think those Kenyan people can run? It's just that we haven't had the proper training. If you see where those boys are chasing a bus down, the bus is legit going at 40 kilometers an hour. This guy is keeping up. My change. Where? Collect. You don't really think those Nigerians are lazy. But this is not to say that there are no lazy people, there are no lazy Nigerians. But the question is, right now we've moved away from that point in our lives to where there is a lot of economic upheaval. You can't even deny it, all right? It's so terrible right now. Inflation 30 plus. We just saw that for the first time in about 18 months or so. The inflation, there was a reduction in the inflation in Nigeria. Still has not brought down the price of Gary, but listen very carefully. You see, right now in Nigeria, it would seem that some people are frustrated. They don't like the jobs they are in. The jobs are not doing enough. Remember we spoke about how some people are borrowing just to be able to do the basic things they've been doing for a while when we talked about loan applications and all of that. But I have to ask you this question, very personal. Please do not take any offense. Are you sure that you are not tired? It's very possible that some of you are you're tired because you're frustrated. And it's also possible that a good number of Nigerians are lazy. They don't want to go into constructive thinking or critical thinking. They just want the government to do everything. Some of you are waiting for your uncles in government house to give you contracts and you do absolutely nothing. Oh yes, that's a sign of a lazy person. So, on this Pokey Talk station this morning, please indulge me as I peer into your minds and hopefully your hearts. Are you lazy or are you just tired?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. All right. WhatsApp is 08090306416, 08090306416. All right. Let's get to hear from you this morning. Don't forget, please, the last number I reeled out is strictly for the reception of WhatsApp messages, please. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Oh, dear. Drop call scenario. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Omamegbe. Good morning.
Good morning, Nigeriainfo.
Yes, please.
This is Dakuku from Abokeche.
Dakuku, are Nigerians lazy or are they just tired and frustrated?
Hello, is it?
Are Nigerians lazy or are they just tired and frustrated?
Nigerians are tired for frustration now, but the people who are leading us now, Nigerians are tired. We are tired for the frustration. I'm just telling you. Things are so difficult to people. I get to my point. They say the inflation is down. Where inflation is down? When the rice is getting cost, 20 to Gary, and all that things are cost. Those who are traveling back, they cannot feed their vehicle well. The inflation is still high. That's what is happening.
So it's are tired. Okay, Daku said Nigerians are tired. We're not lazy, but tired. It be so. Are Nigerians tired or they just tired? They don't want to work. Good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
To me, the politicians are lazy.
Ah.
Yes. If they are not lazy, good. They should call. Let us start from the foundation. When I say the foundation from the scratch, you start with nothing. Not when you are in government, you embezzle money. Some of them will open business outfits for their wives. The kid does not last 1 year because they don't know about the business. Those that don't want to be lazy, they don't concern because the politician wants to use them, suffer them till they're loyal. They want to use them every morning. Come and stand at my gate and hail me. So they see that for lazy. Me, because I'm not lazy.
Okay, you are not lazy.
If I can meet you one-on-one, Jude, I'll give my track record. If I start saying it now, I'll go by your program. They are lazy. The politicians are lazy. Most of them, let them come. Let us start from the scratch. You know, Jude, when you start from the scratch, you know how to manage things very well.
Okay.
Now that boy that you're saying that they are running, chasing balls, give that boys them some opportunity. You see
how they will do well. Okay. All right, Ibiso, thank you very much. Ibiso says it is the politicians that are lazy, not Nigerians. Do you agree? Let's return.
Nigeriainfo.
you are just really tired. You are just actually, experiencing either some psychosomatic stress, or your body is experiencing burnout. You could be burned out, physically, and you could also be burned out emotionally. So which are you at the moment? Now, let's see some signs that you might be feeling burnt out, right? You're just exhausted, you're tired, you've been working too hard as a Nigerian, And someone said being a Nigerian is like an Olympic sport. It's crazy. Anyway, so if you're exhausted or burnt out, you most likely will be feeling demotivated when you're exhausted. Demotivation here may not be a transient thing. You may just feel it all in one day. You just wake up one day and say, I don't want to do again. I don't want to do. And then you find out that you are probably always cranky. What's the word I can use that can explain cranky? Your pepper body. You are easily irritated. Somebody says good morning, you spark. Hey, what's wrong with you? What's good about the morning? But you're about to enter a taxi. Somebody brushes past you. In Nigeria, I call it quacking. Somebody quacks you. You don't see me? You're a Chris. Little things that ought not to, as you were, spiral out of control and maybe lead you to loud outbursts and maybe even sometimes fisticuffs. You find yourself in a state, where you seem totally, devoid of control. You're just always apprehensive. You might just be frustrated and tired. You might be. And there's also decreased productivity. But what if you are just really lazy? What if? For example, you see like 3 or 4 boys back then when we were in school. I would say I'll just see like 50 billion naira now when you're day bush, when the person you'll forget. Or like the case that happened, was that 2021 when an airport staff, remember that, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, found a bag with, and then returned it to the owner. If not me, I know for return waiting $1 million. You know waiting $1 million be? That was that time. You know waiting $200,000 be? You know waiting $50,000. If I see him, God know now. I don't know why God know God. Oh God. If not me. So here are some signs that you might be lazy. I don't know. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying Nigerians are. But you help me. Number one, you always find an excuse not to do what you need to do. Sometimes people call it procrastination. Yeah, we always like to procrastinate. Well, it's a fine line. That you're always thinking too much. You're over-analyzing. You avoid. It leads to mental exhaustion. I don't tire. If I just, my God. And very importantly, you do nothing. You see, a lot of the times you often hear young youths in this country. I remember, when I was fresh out of school looking for jobs, you always find people who just sit down like, I don't tire, I don't think, I just tire. And then somebody says, but if you're really thinking, if you're trying to be constructive, go push wheelbarrow. Me? For what? The day I knew that I had to actually get off my little butt and look for anything legal and constructive to do was when my father once told me that, look, if he's told tomorrow that if he goes to that site where they are shoveling sand and he can shovel the sand and they will pay him enough for him to feed and also bring home to feed us, he will do it. And I said, no. If my father, who was then in his early 60s, said, I'm ready to do anything as long as it's legal. I can find my hands to do, I would do it. Then who was I? Once again, are you just tired or are you lazy?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0007. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. Victor is on the line from Rumukrushi. Victor, good morning to you, please.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
The truth of the whole matter is that these days generation are very lazy. Yes. Because you notice when you are out working, a young man is trying to be close to you. You tell him, okay, come, let me show you what I'm doing. When he comes 2 times, he way out of it. He's tired. You see people that if you tell them, okay, let's do this thing, they will tell you, before they will do it like 2 minutes, they are tired. But we still have Nigerians who are very, very hardworking. Yes, we still have Nigerians who are very hardworking. They are not tired. Every day for Nigeria, as they break, even before cock grow, people don't wait to begin work for Nigeria. But we have this young generation. They are very. That is why you see them. They like all this yahoo gambling because they need fast money. Most of them are not ready for hard work. No. If in this generation, when you are talking about hard work pay, they tell you carry that kind. They will give you instance of people are waiting they don't do. See this one, he don't do yahoo in the drive big car. And you see what they are looking for the money for is not even for anything good. It's just to drive a car. Just to drive a car. Just to drive a car and show off. That's all. There is no vision. All they need is they just get the money and they drive car. That's all. No vision of, okay, how can I establish this money? How can I invest this money? What can I do with this money if I have it? No. All they need is they have the money, they drive big car, they sleep in different hotels with different girls. You see the laziness in them. They are very, very lazy. You see some of them standing on the road. That's like some of them you see like staff standing on the road. Tell them, come, let me show you how to drive. They not go green.
But they want to beg on the road.
If they follow you 2 days, they tell you, they are very, very tired.
They're very, very tired. Victor from Rumukishi. Victor, thank you very much. Very impassioned comment there. WhatsApp now, 0809, I beg your pardon, 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Now, good morning. Now, I would say that we are not lazy, but we are just tired because there are no jobs. If there were jobs, a lot of us will be engaged. We listen to radio every day. We hear callers calling on the government to create jobs because there are no jobs. Go to 80% of the petrol stations and all you see are youths as pump attendants. Go to our supermarkets, you see 90% youth attending to people. Now, so if the government create jobs, you see that Nigerians aren't lazy, but they are just tired because there are no jobs. Indeed, we are just tired and frustrated. So, who do you want to be pumping your petrol your petrol at the pumps? You want your fathers? I understand the narrative. Yes, young people, but it's the same anywhere. Let me say this: do you know that there are certain jobs that they don't require too much skill? Right? You don't need to have a degree. For example, pumping gas. right? You don't need too much skill. Press it, it dispenses, you get paid. And these jobs are the jobs that people in the US, in the UK would get to as they call them stopgap measures. So, let's say you are in year one in the university, all right? Or you're about to write your thesis, as an undergraduate, whatever it is you're doing, you defend your project, I will call it here, right? You need money, right? So you take a job that you can do for 3 or 5 hours every day. Let's say from 2 or from 3 in the afternoon to 8, or maybe from 6 in the evening till 10 at night. My father did those kind of jobs in school. So you come, you go and pump fuel, you collect your money, you make tips. You're not stealing. You're not stealing. And then, yes, you finish or maybe you go and you save enough money, you start your own business. But we live in a country where people who remember during the few scarcities of the Abacha period, petrol attendants became gods. It's almost the same way POS attendants now are commanding So the question is not like there are no jobs. And those jobs don't mean that they're not well paying, but they may not meet your need for the future. So you do those jobs, stopgap measure, then you move on. All right, Ibiso says, good morning, Jude. I am not lazy. I am not tired. And I cannot give up. Those that want to be lazy, it's their own cup of tea. The politicians are lazy. That is why they are using these boys. And at the end of the day, they call them lazy Nigerians. And I don't believe on you, okay? I don't believe in you giving me money every day. I believe in what I can do to provide food for my family. So laziness is not my portion. Please, for those politicians, I feel that they want to survive through begging. To the glory of God, I'll start my journey with 160 naira, and I thank God for his mercy today. That's from Ibiso. He started his business with 160 naira, and what a journey he has been on. All right. Thank God. Ability says, top of the morning, Jude. The matter be say, we don't tire for this our fake leaders. Nigerian youths are not lazy. From thank God. Moke, Mr. Moke says, Mr. Jude, generally, Nigerians are tired of the harsh economic realities created by the quest for socio-political hegemony by politicians. But the truth is that some are lazy. Instead of thinking of ways to help themselves legitimately, they have allowed themselves to be mentally lazy, looking for ways to swindle others and make quick money, and being wasteful, thinking that they have to buy the latest gadgets to feel important. Mr. Mokie. Interesting. All right. Okay, you guys are, once again, this is an insight into your own space. Don't say Nigerians, say you. As a Nigerian, do you think you're lazy? I'm putting up my hand. There was a time in my life that I was genuinely lazy. Thinking, analyzing, I'm gonna go walk. Oh my God. Like I said, it wasn't until my father told me, guy, if I see where they're carrying sand and to make money, I will go and do it. And it got me thinking, so if my father at that age could think like this, it was a challenge. I had to sit up. I literally had to sit up. Now, it is a combination of both. This is on WhatsApp. I get back to the phone lines, please. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0007. This is the kind of conversation that you should be expecting on I Beg to Differ from next week. It's promising to be absolutely amazing. Now, it is a combination of both. The average Nigerian is actually mentally lazy to the point of being paralyzed or even semi-comatose. Ooh, that's harsh. That's why religious leaders, politicians, celebrities, and social media can sway them in any direction, use them, suck them dry, and dump them. But they will still be following or vouching for those same religious leaders, politicians, celebrities, and bad friends. On the other hand, some people who are not lazy are just tired and frustrated that the methods that they were told would guarantee success isn't working for them, and they don't have the patience to learn the right way or give it time to work. For instance, there are content creators who are frustrated that the skits they put so much work into hasn't gone viral. Also, there's some who have gone viral or appeared on a podcast that they had no business going on and are shocked and confused that they are not rich as a result. Some don't have the stamina to withstand waiting periods, and as they seem to think that it's supposed to happen easily and overnight. Kingsley from South Road. Good morning to you, Kingsley.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Yes, my name is Kingsley. I'm calling from South Road.
It's a pleasure.
Now, there is something I want to say about your program this morning. You see, I remember vividly about 2010 or 9 in University of Port Harcourt. That was the first time I met Sir Emeka Anyoku and Temi Oke. They came to have a discussion with us then in the school. And I recall vividly what we were told then was that if you graduate and there is no job, that you can go about doing what they describe as volunteering. Now, by that, they meant that you have not gotten a job yet, but you have a relation, you have a friend, you have a neighbor in the premises, in your yard where you live, who has a job, who goes out for work every day. You can start by volunteering in washing his or her car, helping him or her cut away his or her refuse, trying to render some level of help.
Service, yeah.
To your neighbor, to your friend, to your relative. Now, when you have shown them this behavior and character, that you can actually work, whenever there is a chance in their workplace, you will be the first person
that they think of. Wow.
The idea of writing CVs, submitting everywhere without character sometimes don't give job. People want to be sure who they are giving their job establishment. You can bring someone who will not turn to be a thorn on your own flesh because they don't know how to go about anything. So that voluntarism spirit should be, will I say, our youth today should have the orientation that you can actually volunteer. From volunteering, you get a job. It mustn't be the CV, sending CV to relations and all that before you can get a job. So that's my this morning. Thank you, Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Kingsley. Kingsley speaking to us from SARS Road. It's a very interesting take to the conversation. I do hope someone is listening right now who's probably tired. And maybe just like he heard years ago in the University of Port Harcourt, maybe this is what somebody needs to hear. You are probably lazy, right? And maybe you're also tired. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're burnt out as well, right? Maybe you are. But there are options. Like you said, volunteer yourself. Kurt is on the line from Choba, and then we get to read messages on Facebook and on WhatsApp. Kurt, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good. Nigerians are not lazy. Only we are tired and frustrated. I have one experience here today with the tailor. I went to shop to explain my goods. Fortunately, it was not done. 5 machines here. And all these machines are electric machines.
Yes.
The tailor began to narrate to me that not that you don't want to do this job, but look at all these machines, they are not using electric. And now, you cannot do anything as a generator, backed up, and you don't have any money to do that here. Somebody told you like this, to be frustration or lazy. Frustration, and I could not do anything because that is the simple thing. That's why the machine for myself. And all of them, they are not manual machines. They are an electric machine. See where the world are doing now. You showed me the POS2 inside. I saw a power bank there. But the POS is not working.
because it's not charging and the power plant have run off. That kind of person be lazy of operation. So let our government try. There's a lot of jobs now.
Cool. So there are a lot of jobs now. All right, Okidim from RSU. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, please. Welcome.
Yes, talking about jobs and no jobs. And then you mentioned about the laziness of the youth and all of that. To an extent, I'll agree with you without any apology. I'm an agribusiness consultant. I teach agriculture in the university. I'm an agribusiness consultant.
Yes.
Last year, the British Council contacted me to mentor some of the youth in agriculture, in agribusiness.
Yes.
And they paid me. And we are supposed to have one virtual class and one physical class. And the physical class, I'm supposed to take them to my platforms. The farms I've established in Port Harcourt and in Bayelsa.
Fantastic.
Out of the 13 applicants they gave to me, only 2 were regular.
Only 2?
That have been paid free. Yes, only 2.
Wow.
So, what do you think is the problem? And now, most times, I bust into them and see they carry phone, they meddle with their phone, they press their phone, not doing anything. At the end of the day, they go back to their parents' house, they eat. They eat. So, there's no point for somebody to come and tell me there is no job. You graduate an agri graduate and you're telling me there's no job because you don't want to be involved in physical agriculture. You know, Additional told us that in 2030, the agri sector will have over $3 trillion. And I agree with him. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Well, listen to you, please. I'm listening to you, please. Okay.
Yes, and I agree with him. It's just for us to key into those opportunities. So how will they key into the opportunity when somebody has paid for its service free of charge? You're not paying anything. Just come and learn, and then you are not there, and then you go and complain that there's no job. How? So that is my take this morning.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So you see, there's a very interesting line here. Some are, some are not. Now, on Facebook, Basil God's Gift says, good morning. The truth of the truth, Nigerians are tired, 100%. We are not lazy. Basil says. Ola George says, the term lazy and tired describe different states of being, though they may sometimes overlap in casual conversation. So he goes on to break it down by giving us a definition of what lazy means. It refers to a reluctance to exert effort or engage in activity. It implies a choice or attitude against taking action. Right? Interesting. And then talking about being tired refers to the physical or mental state of fatigue resulting from exertion or lack of rest. So, are Nigerians tired because they've been exerting a lot of energy, trying to do 2-3 jobs, trying to get money to start their generator to sew clothes, but the power is out, fuel is 1,000 naira, now it has come up to 900 and something naira, but still, there's still a lot of work and a lot of money to carry out their businesses. Okay. What's up? My children are not lazy. It is the political class. They are children and their generation unborn that are lazy. This person is angry. They should continue stealing what their generation will not need. Good morning, Jude. Is that bet if I'm going to replace Hello Port Harcourt? Oh no, it wouldn't replace. We'll just be on the same time bell for about an hour or two. It's not going to replace Hello Port Harcourt. Good morning, Jude. For me, I am not lazy. I have 6 different handwork, including truck driving, and I have submitted CV to 10 companies, yet no work. So what I have used to help myself is clearing of grass and fumigation. I have my own tools. Sometimes I go to carry blocks. So I'm not lazy or tired. I have to pass the time with this whilst waiting for my 6 handworks that I have. Anozim from Rumigbo. That's the reality.
Nigeriainfo will be right back.